Hey everybody, it's Erin and we're going to do some rock talking. So one of the big trends right now is all about painting rocks. I did some of these, but not all of them. This past summer while we were at my parents' house, we were kind of getting our crafty on. My mom actually found a set of paints at a garage sale. They have this huge kind of rock garden area, and so we asked and she says, yeah, sure, pick out some rocks. So my daughter and I went and picked out some rocks. So Catherine, did you make a couple of these?
Uh-huh.
Which ones did you make?
The purple and the pink.
Pink and the
yellow.
Yellow. What did you do on them? Do you remember what you did?
A ladybug.
We made ladybugs. Did you paint the yellow?
Yeah.
Did you paint the black?
Yeah.
Yeah. And did mommy help you with the dots?
Yeah.
You did the pink dots though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did the green and the blue, and Catherine did these two, but I helped her a tiny bit with them. And I painted mine all the way through, and she just painted the tops, I think. So that's how we can tell our difference.
Ladybug rocks could not be easier to make. They're so super simple. First, you pick a color. Pick any color you like. I know they're usually red, but really they look so super cute in just about any color that you can possibly imagine. Just don't pick black because the rest of it is in black or white. You could pick a white ladybug. That would look kind of cute. I picked for these ones, we did blue, green, pink, and yellow because we only had a very few select colors to pick from the color palette of the paints that we got from the garage sale because my mother didn't have a whole lot of craft supplies at her house. So for what we started off doing is for a little bit more than half of the rock, and make sure you pick a rock that's kind of an ovalish shape as best as you can. So for a little bit more than half, it's about 3/4 of the rock, you're going to paint in that color. Let it dry. Then you're going to go in with black and you paint the front of it. Let it dry. Go back to the color that you did just on the back side, and that's where you paint your black little circle dots. That's the ladybug parts. Go back to the black section in the front and you paint the big round white to be the beginning of the eyes. Let that dry, and then you paint the black dots in the middle of the eyes. So it's not a hard concept to do, just a lot of waiting because you have to let sections dry, otherwise they're going to bleed and it gets messy.
So we painted these at Grandma's house this past summer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Grandma
Elaine's house. Did we paint some other ones while we were at Grandma's house? We painted some other rocks, right? So what was one of the rocks we painted? What shape was it? It was a
oval.
It was a donut.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I made a donut and you made a donut, right?
Yeah.
All right, so here's a picture of the donuts.
Next you have the donuts. These are so cute. So find a round shape rock as best as you can, and then pick a base color, whatever color you want as your icing on your donut. We happened to pick light pink because that was the color my daughter wanted to go with. Pretty cute, right? So we have a light pink base, and you go around most of the color of the top of the rock. You let that dry. Then you go back and you add sprinkles. So my daughter and I both did the light pink. Let it dry. My sprinkles are the various colors of paint that we had because we didn't have a huge variety from this kit we got from the garage sale. It was whatever's left over. And I added long sprinkles, so I made long, like those long skinny sprinkles, and I did them a variety of different colors. My daughter went for an all blue look, which is kind of cute. Let that dry. Then you go in and you're going to add in your black circle. I think my daughter did the black circles first, and hers is on the right hand side, a little messier one, so you can tell. But she's 5, so it's all good. At the time, she was actually 4 when she made this. Let the black circle dry, and then you can take the same black ink, and I did it on mine where you add the black outline. It just kind of gives it a little more of a defining, clean look when you add that black outline, but my daughter didn't add it, and it still kind of gives that look of a donut. So super simple and super fun, and you can pick a big circle or a small circle. It's all your call.
We left those ones at Grandma's house. That's why we don't have them with us. But while we were there, what did we find? What are these guys?
And we found them.
We found some rocks, and this is actually a pretty ingenious idea. She has taped a little piece of paper to it, and it says, go to this website, and then this has got the title of the particular rock, and then I can go to the website, which I'm going to do, and I'm going to log in where we found them, and then we're going to hide these, and because that's kind of the point. You don't hide them. You put them in an obvious, not obvious place. A playground, just kind of off to the corner, and that's the whole point. The kids found them. And we found another one that looks like this. That my son found when we went to a swimming hole that was kind of in the area. I also made another rock while we were up there because we got all into the rock making. And I did one that looked like a mandala, which is like this.
I had to get a little creative with the mandala because I did not have any kind of circular type paintbrush that would work for this. And even at my house, I didn't have that. But what I did find is my parents had a ton of golf pencils. Those little golf pencils you get when you go golfing, those little miniature half pencils. So I took that, and for the big circles, I used the eraser end. For the pointy end, for the little tiny dots, I used the pencil end, the part that you actually write with, and I just kept flipping back and forth. I started from the center and then worked my way out, and every time I created a new dot, I had to re-dip the pen into the paint to reapply it. Otherwise, it would have a very, very faint circle. So I kind of learned that as I went about how much paint to apply, and I got better as I went out. Now, I started off as a circle, but as you can tell, this rock is kind of an oval shape. So I kind of morphed and I went from a pure circle shape with the white ring and the white dot in the middle, then the red ring and the blue ring, and then I kind of had some fun. I did a little bit of an orange dot, and I did some green, but I didn't do pure circle. And then I went in with the red, and it wasn't a circle much anymore. And then I had fun with the black with little dots, but went in between them. And then the final big green circles you see on the ends, I only did on the ends because I couldn't fit them on the sides. But then I went back with little white dots at the very, very ends and on the sides and really kind of filled it in to finish it up. And it looks really cool right now. But again, I only had limited colors of paints, but I had a blast making this. And you just need a pencil. That's as easy as it gets.
And then my son, my middle son, made one, and he went completely just artistic talent on his. So this is what his look like. So we had a blast. The whole point of the rock painting, we just used acrylic paints to do these, and you can have so much fun. I mean, this one's called Red Car. I think a kid got involved with it. This one's Avocado, and to me that does look like an avocado, so I think that's pretty fun. This one's called Blue Sky, and this one is called Just a Bunch of Colors. So you can make them specific shapes. You can go completely artistic with them. I also made a set of rocks that were inspired by the movie Trolls, which look like this. And there's a whole video about how I painted them. So if you're interested in learning a little bit about rock painting, you can check out that video. The link is up in the iCard and also down at the bottom.
5.
Oh, she's 5. So 5-year-olds have a blast all the way up to my other son. He was 7 when he did it. And they absolutely love rock painting. And do we go hide these? Yeah? Mm-hmm. And did we hide the other rocks that we put out?
Yes.
Yes. And did some kids find them?
Yeah.
So that was part of the fun. We put them out and we put them in funny places. Here's some pictures of where we put the troll rocks.
You can add little fun information to the bottom of the rocks like you saw with the ones that we found while we were up in Canada, or you can leave them plain. The fun thing about the thing on the bottom is that you can say who it's from, please hide again. I mean, there's all kinds of fun stuff that you can add to them, and it becomes really a fun kind of thing for the kids. I mean, my kids seem to find them all over the place now that they've made them, they've created them, and they think it's a fun little adventure and a hide and seek and a search and find scavenger hunt kind of event that they can look and find them from all over the place. And they really do kind of catch them and find them all over the place. So have some fun with it. Let's just let them hide them, let them paint them, let them have some fun with it.
Up in a tree, down on the ground, hiding behind some bushes, and they went and looked every day until, because this is the playground we went to every day, until they were found. And we actually, my middle son again, 2 days ago, went to same playground, and he found another rock that was painted. So it becomes kind of a cute little thing that the kids can get involved in, and we're going to go hide all these ones, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yep.
You
want to put some information on the bottom? Yeah, we want to put some stuff on the bottom to tell people to come find it. That's a fantastic idea. All right, can you say goodbye to everybody?
Bye.
Bye. Thanks so much. Please subscribe. Bye.